Hey guys, 2023 is coming to an end, so I just wanted to finish the year with a review as well as recommendation of one of my favorite albums of this year. This is Bahia Desolacion by Mourning. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but this is a Chilean doom metal band, and this is actually their sophomore album. Their debut was released way back in 2016. It was kind of a gothic doom album with a lot of ethereal wave and ambient influence. It was pretty unique in and of itself, but they hadn't perfected that sound yet. I followed them either way, and finally they put out their sophomore album. It's been almost 8 years, and man, they found their sound here for sure. This is a hyper atmospheric doom metal album that jumps back and forth between massive soundscapes with walls of guitar and synths and really beautiful vocals and much more minimal, not quite ambient, but I want to say down-tempo sections with electronic-y pianos and more subtle vocals. This is one of the most unique doom metal albums because it mixes this down-tempo electronic-y sound with a more massive, almost symphonic or post-metal-esque doom metal sound. I've never really heard anything quite like this. Another way this album mixes contrasting elements is by having a good portion of it be very melodic. It's got these piano leads and strings and guitar leads that are very harmonic, very pretty and beautiful as far as doom metal goes, and the vocals work with that as well. But then it's got other parts that are very disharmonic, and that'll be piano lines or synths that are bending the notes to create this ominous sense of atmosphere, this anxiety within the music. And it works perfectly because when music is too disharmonic, it just doesn't work for me very well. But when it's contrasted with this beauty, it's like the dark and the light, right? The beautiful and the ugly, and they serve each other very well. This album does that exceptionally well and makes all of those more avant-garde disharmonic parts work in its favor. One of my favorite groups of all time is another Chilean doom metal band called Mourning, and they still to this day are one of the most unique groups I've heard. Very atmospheric, melodic death doom, but also kind of avant-garde at times. And this band sounds like if you mixed Mourning with Bjork, with the pretty female vocals and the down-tempo electronic stuff going on. It's a really incredible mix. I don't think this would work for everyone. If you like your doom metal more raw and riff-oriented, this isn't really going to be for you. This is very atmospheric. It's emotional. It's all about mood, right? It's not as much about the riffs. But it's so beautiful as well as being ominous, and it captures that perfectly. It's a great album to listen to if you're walking around at night or driving. It's just got a great sound to it for that. This is definitely in my top 3 for 2023. It's not my absolute favorite album of the year, but it's my favorite album that came from such an underground band, right? I mean, this band doesn't have that much following yet, and I really recommend checking them out if you're into this sort of sound. Fantastic album.